It was Monday morning and Bravo was excited for school. But today was no usual day for Bravo and his classmates. Their teacher, Mrs. Reynolds, was not in today, which meant one thing: a substitute teacher. When the door opened, a new teacher with a kind smile walked in and said, "Good morning, class. I'm Mr. Martin, and I am your substitute teacher for today." The classroom was completely quiet. The students all stared at the newcomer. They thought they had met all of the substitute teachers, but this was somebody that nobody recognized. The silence was broken when Mr. Martin said, "I am new to the area and to the school, so let's get to know each other and make this a great day." Well, Bravo, always ready to help, stood up and said, "We usually start the day with attendance." And he handed Mr. Martin a folder and a pen. Mr. Martin had not met any of the students yet, so he was very pleased that Bravo showed him the kindness and willingness to help. Mr. Martin started to take attendance, but some of the students were not behaving very well. They started to talk to each other and laugh instead of paying attention. One of the kids yelled from the back, "No need to take attendance. We know who we are and we know if we're here." Well, the other students erupted into laughter. Everybody but Bravo. He looked very disappointed at his fellow students, and he was very sad that they were misbehaving. Bravo went to Mr. Martin and asked if he could help and take attendance for him. Since Bravo knew all of the students, it was much easier for him to check off who was here and who was absent. Next, it was time for a math lesson. As Mr. Martin handed out the math sheets for everyone, some of the students pretended they had never seen such a thing before. They acted very confused, while other students were laughing and playing tricks behind the teacher's back. Again, Bravo was very disappointed in his classmates. Bravo went to the front of the class and watched as the students started to get up and walk around. They chatted with each other as if the teacher was not even in the room. A couple of the students made paper airplanes out of their math worksheets and they tossed them across the room. Well, that was the thing that Bravo could not stand any longer. He cleared his throat and he said, "Hey, friends." Well, at first the room was much too loud for them to hear Bravo, so he did it again, louder this time. "Hey, everyone," Bravo yelled as they all started to turn and look at him. They knew that when Bravo called out like this, there was something important to be said, so they all wanted to hear it. When the room was quiet and everyone had zero voices and listening ears, they were watching Bravo for an important message. Bravo said, "We don't act like this when Mrs. Reynolds is here, so why are we doing it now?" Bravo looked at his friends around the room. "Mr. Martin is just trying to help, and we should show him the same kindness and good manners that we show Mrs. Reynolds. I bet each of you can think of a time when you were new at something and you needed help. Did someone help you or did they play tricks on you? How did you feel about their behavior?" Well, Marcus raised his hand and he said, "I was new to the basketball team and the coach was great. He introduced me to everybody and the other players were so kind. We all worked great. It was a good experience." Several other students raised their hands and shared stories of the times when they were new to a class or a club and how it helped when others were kind to them. One by one, the class all turned their attitude around and started to become helpful and polite. They were helping Mr. Martin find where all of the school supplies were and telling him how the day usually went so that the day went smoothly from that point on. By the end of the day, Mr. Martin smiled and said, "Thank you, everyone. I appreciate the way you all helped me today." As the bell rang, Bravo and his classmates were walking in the hallway, and he smiled. "Remember, everyone, good manners and polite behavior are the key to a successful day. Even when we have a substitute teacher, we need to behave correctly and show that we have all had days where we needed kindness and support from others." Bravo and his classmates learned a good lesson today. When you meet someone new, it is important to be kind and use good manners. Saying hello and smiling can help them feel welcome and make their day better as well. So remember, good manners and polite behavior can help save the day. I hope you enjoyed the story of Bravo and the substitute teacher. Stay tuned for more adventures of Bravo. And now, here we have some discussion questions. Answer the questions and email them to Bravo for your chance to win your very own stuffed Bravo.